back to Everyday's Movie Ever. My name is Jess and watching Everyday's Movie Ever. Today I'm going to talk about A Wrinkle in Time. A Wrinkle in Time is a 2004 television release. It's directed by John Kent Harrison, cinematography by John Joffin and Philip Linzey, editing by Susan Maggi, music by Jeff Dana, and it's written by Susan Shilliday, based off a book of the same name by Madeline L'Engle. Meg befriends her neighbor, Mrs. Whatsit, who has a tesseract that she learns her father had been working on. The next day, Charles Wallace, Meg's younger brother, and Calvin, their neighbor, visit Mrs. Whatsit and meet Mrs. Who and Mrs. Witch, who promise to help Meg find her dad. The three W's take them through the universe searching for Meg's dad, and they land on a utopian planet that's currently being taken over by the Black Thing. They visit a happy medium who says Earth is partially covered by the darkness, and then they all go to Kamazat's, where her father is being held prisoner for not succumbing to the darkness. Charles Wallace deliberately allows himself to be hypnotized in order to rescue their father. They find their father, and Meg is paralyzed in the process. A beast of some sort cures Meg, and Meg and the W's rush off to save Charles Wallace. Meg uses her pure love for Charles Wallace to save him. They return back to Earth, and the W's leave. The end. The film stars Katie Stuart as Meg, Gregory Smith as Calvin, David Dorfman as Charles Wallace, Alfre Woodard as Mrs. Whatsit, Alison Elliott as Mrs. Who, Kate Nelligan as Mrs. Witch, and Chris Potter as Dr. Jack. It was originally meant to be a 4-hour mini-series, but it got cut down to just one 3-hour-long program, and I think that's with commercials because the movie is 2 hours and 7 minutes. And then they struggled to get a lot of the abstract ideas portrayed on screen, and it was supposed to come out in the US in 2002, but it didn't come out until 2004, and then it received very mixed reviews. A lot of people thought it was an incredible and really faithful adaptation, and others thought it was a really big dud. The score for this is great. I really love it. The opening overture is stunning, breathtaking, so good. Watch it just for that, honestly. I have not read the book, for those asking. I have seen the 2016 movie, though, so I don't know how good that compares. I mean, I have my opinion about it, but I don't know. It is different than the 2016 movie. I think it's interesting that the mom meets Mrs. Whatsit. I don't remember I didn't read that the mom met Mrs. Whatsit in the book summary, and then also I don't know if she meets any of them in the 2016 movie. The romance between Calvin and Meg, I don't hate it. I don't hate the idea of a cute little romance between them. I don't hate the execution. I just have some problems with it. I feel like at the very beginning, it's a little forced and a little rushed, but like by the end of it, it's very sweet, and I was on board. I was fine with it, but like there was a moment there right at the beginning where I was like, how did we get here? Like, why is this like this? Like, there was no hint or motivation or whatever else about this. I don't know what my problem with this story is. I feel like I feel similarly about the 2016 movie. Granted, it's been a minute since I saw the 2016 movie, but I just remember wanting it to be better, and I feel the exact same about this. I wanted this to be better. I think it's character related. Like, Charles Wallace is a very interesting character. Love him. Great. But Meg is the main character. And I feel like, I don't want to say she's an inactive character because she is doing stuff, but so much of this like story and plot is stuff happening to them. So it's not really cause and effecty. It's just like, ta-da, this thing happened. Ta-da, this thing happened. Ta-da, this thing happened. So like at the beginning of this story, all you know is her dad left a year ago, and that they mention the Tesseract very briefly. And then all of a sudden Mrs. Whatsit is just there and is like, you're gonna save your dad. And like, okay, cool. But like, she hasn't been doing anything else. Like, and granted, she doesn't have to. She's a child, to be looking for her dad or whatever else. I know the mom has. But even for someone who's been told they can like go save their dad, I feel like she's still very like, so things are just happening to her. You know what I mean? And I don't know how to explain my distaste for that part of the movie, because so much happens in the plot externally. But I still leave being like, so much just happened, and I feel like very little happened, if that makes sense. Like, Meg, yes, discovers that her love for Charles Wallace can save him, but the whole, like, double hump that is, like, she reunites with her dad, and they get to save her dad, but then her dad is like, in order to get out of this situation, we need to leave Charles Wallace behind in this moment, and Meg gets really mad at him for that. But in both this and the 2016 movie, although 2016 movie, I remember her performance was really well done. So in this one, it's just like, there's no moment where you see her like being like, what are you doing? We can't leave Charles Wallace behind. What are you doing? No, no, no. It's just, once he does it after the fact, she's just not talking to him. And it's like, why are you mad at him? Let Charles Wallace behind. Like, I don't know. It's just not handled in a way that, like, I don't know how to explain it. But I'm always left feeling like it could have been better when it comes to the adaptations I've seen of this. Super exciting to see Aunt Nell from Smallville in this. You guys know how I feel about Smallville. So, to see Aunt Nell was very exciting. She plays the mom. Then, the kids in this are superstars. Oh my goodness. Truly, they're all so good. But David Dorfman as Charles Wallace, incredible. He put on a stellar performance. I'm actually, like, so impressed. The visual effects in this were good, save for whatever this is. Oh my god, this was horrifying to look at. Just so we all know, for the record. Like, traveling through space wasn't bad effects. Some of the other stuff weren't bad effects. This was terrifying and will haunt my nightmares. This is very slowly paced, which isn't a bad thing, because it's interesting, and it did keep me glued to the screen. I was never bored, and I took very little notes, which is always a good thing, but something always leaves me, something is lacking, something is missing. I don't know exactly what to put my finger on. I always want it to be better. It feels like confusing, but it isn't. I understand the story. I understand what the Tesseract is. I understand they're traveling through space and time. I understand all of that. I understand they're trying to save their dad from a big black it. I understand that the it takes over Charles Wallace and that she's got to save Charles Wallace with her love. Like, I get all of the story. Like, it is point A, point B, point P, you know, whatever. I understand all of that. But I feel like something is confusing or missing or whatever else. In the at Kamazats, on Kamazats, whatever its planet, on Kamazats, it has taken over. It is the name of the darkness. And there's movie posters at a movie theater that have it worked into it. So there's like Casablanca instead of Casablanca, and then there's like It Force, which made me laugh. And then the scene where Charles Wallace officially gets taken over gave me chills. Again, David Dorfman, incredible. Gave me chills. I did cry at the end when everyone was reunited. But yeah, I don't know. That's pretty much it. This was great, but I want it to be better. So my final rating is 7 Tesseracts out of 10. Our total movie count is... Our cry count is... Parental is still the same. If you want to keep up with Movie Watching When, follow me on Instagram or Twitter. You'll find out what Movie Watching When. I put out videos every Monday and Friday and sometimes Wednesday. Join Patreon. Buy merch. Until next time, comment, like, subscribe. But I'm not in charge of your life. You are a studio. And don't be the darkness about it. This is my first day back filming. I feel like I look like I've been crying. I have been crying. Last night I finished a Korean drama that was so good, and anytime I talk about it, I get emotional and start crying again. So bear with whatever is happening.